Hi, I'm Dorothy Dunne, and welcome to the Dorothy Dunne Show in Mexico. We're in Mexico City, right outside Mexico City, on our way to the pyramids. We just stopped and we saw the Church of Guadalupe, and I've got a nice little donkey here who drinks beer. I don't know if I can get him to drink some beer for you, but stay tuned because we've got a wonderful show on Mexico. Mexico City is a vibrant city alive with spectacular sights and timeless treasures. It is 7,800 feet above sea level, resting on the foundations of the ancient Aztec Empire. It has a population of over 20 million people, most of whom are devoted Catholics, whose patron saint is the Blessed Virgin Mary. We will see the shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe, where the appearance of the Virgin is celebrated every day. Visit the pyramids. See how tequila is made, shop for Mexican arts and crafts, and meet a beer-drinking burro. Mexico City is a sophisticated city where a jacket and tie are never out of place, especially in the five-star hotels such as the ones we will visit. The Stofa Presidente, which is in the exclusive Polanco district within walking distance of the museums, boasts 4 restaurants and is the home of the famous Maximes of Paris. Next door, the Nico Hotel houses the elegant Les Célébrités restaurant. And on the world's loveliest boulevards, Paseo de la Roma, across from the Statue of the Angels, the elite Zona Rosa area, is the Sheraton Maria Isabel, where you find the best nightly entertainment and where dining in their veranda restaurant to a Mexican guitarist and singer with alternating piano music is the most elegant and memorable experience. So stay with me and I'll show you how to travel in style to Mexico City.
Hop in.
Wait.
Use your wits.
This is your car.
Yeah.
My brother had the same car. He never let me drive it, though.
No?
Wait till he hears you've got the same one, and you let me drive it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Take the keys, call a cab, take a stand. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
A beautiful flight to a destination gets you off to a good start, and Mexicana Airlines provided my director cameraman James Claddock and me with a safe, comfortable ride. We arrived mid-afternoon and checked into the ultra-modern Atrium Stofa Presidente Hotel. Piano music was coming from the lounge where tea was being served. We looked around this spacious hotel, along the halls and shops, and found Maxime's of Paris restaurant. Having recently returned from Paris, we were anxious to see Maxime's of Mexico. The Parisian flair is very evident, as you can see. Only the finest imported wines and foods are served. We made reservations for dinner that evening and met with the general manager. No, I'm not in Paris, but I am in Maxime's. I'm in Maxime's restaurant, the famous Maxime's of Paris, in Mexico. And the general manager is sitting right beside me, and I'd like you to meet him. His name is Jean-Yves Ferrara.
Right.
Good evening, Mr. Ferrara. And it is a beautiful restaurant you have here. Maybe you can tell me more about it. And how long have you been here?
Yeah. Maxim's was opened 15 years ago by the Mexican investor. And we try to reproduce in Mexico the same Maxims, Maxims like in Paris.
Yes.
And we have a French chef. We have...
What is his name?
Was Gilles Lalue.
Oh, Gilles Lalue.
Lalue, yeah.
Is he from France?
Yes, he's from France, and he worked 5 years ago in Paris. It was training in Paris. And we have 2 more chefs, the chef saucier and chef pâtissier from Paris too.
Oh, yes.
Well, we try to have to reproduce in Mexico the same dishes than in Paris.
Oh, you really make the same dishes. Well, we haven't eaten here yet, but we will.
We try to do that.
Yes.
It's so difficult because we can't find the same product. We import a lot of goods from France, from United States, from Belgium, Israel, and Hungary.
Now, when do they come in? Every week?
Well, no. We import, for example, goose liver every month, the wines twice a month, and the fish product from Belgium every 2 months.
Yes.
Yeah, and the meat from States every 15 days.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, what about the people from France? Do they come and check on how you're running this Maxime, since it is their name and they want to protect it, I'm sure?
That's right. Monsieur Pierre Cardin said us twice a year, inspector to inspect and check our operation. Check first the kitchen, how good is our chefs and Mexican cooks, and then in the service. And then after all the buys products that we get in Mexico, we have the market tour in Mexico City, and we try to have good products and to be very similar like Paris, and to offer our customers and friends the same dishes like they are serving in Maxim's in Paris.
Oh, but you've been here at the Stofa Presidente for 15 years, or how?
Yes, I have 15 years. I think I am the oldest employee in this company. I have 15 years here in Maxim's and in the Stouffer Hotel.
Yes. And what about people from France when they come over? What do you think it comes up to their expectations?
Well, I think they are very surprised to find first a good meal and the same reproduction of atmosphere and decoration of Maxim's. Some of them prefer Maxim's of Mexico than Maxim's in Paris, because our restaurant is smaller, the atmosphere is very warm, the music is international music and French music, of course. And I think we have the best violin than we can find here in Mexico.
You have the best bargain?
Not best violin musician, you know.
Oh, you have the best musicians and best...
And the price in Mexico is the third part of Paris. For example, the average check per person is around $35, and then in Paris is around $150 to $200, you know.
Well, that's a good incentive for people to fly to Mexico instead of Paris to come to Maxim's.
Right, and then you can have French wine cheaper in Mexico than in Maxim's in Paris.
Well, now that doesn't make sense to me. Could you explain that?
Yeah, sure. We have our own import company. We import all wines and champagne, cognac. A bottle of champagne in Maxim's in Paris costs you around $50. Here in 35 to 50. Here in Mexico, you can have the same bottle of champagne for $25.
Half the price.
Well, around half the price.
And that always adds to the meal too, doesn't it?
Yes. We try to have the same atmosphere, the same service. I think the service in Mexico, our weather are much better than in Paris. Much warmer.
Oh, because it's more intimate here. Is that right?
Oh, most intimate. I think the Mexican people know how to receive the customs, how to receive our friend in Maxims here in Mexico.
Yeah. Oh, well, we're about to taste this delicious food here at Maxim's. And before I go, though, I want to thank you very much for stopping and having a little chat with me and telling us all about your lovely, beautiful restaurant.
It's very nice.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Ferrara. And we look forward to this delicious meal here at Maxim's.
Okay.
And when you come down to Mexico City, you should stop in here and try it. It's nice, and listen to the beautiful music and taste the wonderful food. The following day, after a more than ample breakfast in the club lounge provided for guests, where they also serve cocktails and hors d'oeuvres later in the day, I tended to my business calls in the executive lounge and summoned the efficient staff to send out some faxes. It was then off to our first Friendly Holidays tour to the pyramids. We climbed to the temple atop and were awed by the view. We realized why the Aztecs revered this place where men became gods. We gaped at the massive jaguars carved in stone, some with missing eyes that had been stolen, and had fun bargaining with the merchants along the way. I just couldn't resist buying this flute. I'm going to wake up the gods. Yes. We'll be right back after this message.
That's my dad. And that's Mom. Dad's got an idea. A way to get rid of all the grody garbage that's polluting the world. He's invented a big rocket ship to shoot all the garbage into outer space. Mom's not sure, but Dad says his invention will save the world.
There's an easier way to save the world. Recycle. For your free recycling action guide, write Recycle. Environmental Defense Fund, 257 Park Avenue South, New York, New York.
That evening, we dined at Les Celebrités in the Nico Hotel right next door. I knew of this restaurant from the one in New York at the Nico Essex House and was anxious to see what it was like in Mexico. Though very elegant, with very fine service and food, it is quite different. One of the most elegant restaurants in Mexico City is Les Celebrités in the Nico Hotel. Of course, some of you in New York know the Nico Hotel is the Essex House, and they also have a restaurant called Les Celebrités. But this is very different from the one that in New York City, and it's very elegant. The food is absolutely divine. We were fortunate enough to have dinner here last night, and it was just wonderful. And I'd like to introduce you to the general manager of Les Celebrités. His name is Vicente Soto. I'm so glad we could stop and have a little chat with you, Mr. Soto. And you are running a very beautiful restaurant here.
Oh, thank you very much. This restaurant was decorated by Mr. Vasquez Gomez, and I think he's one of the best decorators in Mexico. And I'm glad that you be here.
Well, I'm even happier than you are because we certainly enjoyed a wonderful dinner last night, and in such gracious ambience, and the service was just supreme. It was lovely.
Thank you very much.
And I know you have ethnic nights too sometimes. You have Spanish, you're running a Spanish night now?
Yeah, these last 2 weeks we have a special party made from Spain. And they came 3 chefs from Spain, and we offer the new cuisine, Spain cuisine.
Yes, Yes, now, but usually it's French cuisine, is that it?
Yeah, the celebrity is French. We usually serve French cuisine, and our chef is Gilles Rollet. Is from Lyon.
Oh, he's from Lyon in France. Yes. Oh, he does a wonderful job, and our compliments to the chef. Thank you very much, Mr. Soto.
I'm glad that you were here and you enjoyed our atmosphere, our music, and our cuisine.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
We did. We enjoyed it very, very much. That's Les Celebrités in the Nico Hotel in Mexico City. We were off again with our friendly holiday tour guide to Our Lady of Guadalupe Shrine. He explained to us how Our Lady appeared to an Indian lad named Juan Diego on December 12th, 1531, on this particular hill. She asked the Indian to have a church built in her name. This is the old church, a second one, and here is the shrine. When Juan Diego told the bishop, he said he needed proof. Our Lady told Juan he would find roses and to bring a rose to the bishop. When the bishop picked up the rose, he saw Our Lady's image on the Indian's cape. It is now in a frame over the altar, where masses of people view it daily, praying for miracles which still occur. On the balcony are altars available for private services. As we were leaving, the tour guide showed us how a photographer discovered the Indian's reflection in the eye of the image of Our Lady of Guadalupe. That evening, we had a delicious dinner at the El Cafe restaurant right in the hotel. The Stopa Presidente has such well-known restaurants, we couldn't resist the sumptuous buffet the following morning. You just saw the beautiful buffet that we partook of at the Cheminée restaurant, one of 4 restaurants they have here at the Stopa Presidente Hotel. And Leonardo Gonzalez manages all 4 restaurants, and that's quite a job, Leonardo. You can tell me the specialties of each restaurant. Now here in the Cheminée.
Cheminée, the specialty?
Yes.
Okay, the specialty in Cheminée restaurant is the grill and the meat and Mexican food.
Yes, so not only do you have a buffet, but you just told me before that there's a buffet at all 4 restaurants in the morning.
Yes, 4 restaurants. Every morning we have a great buffet for all restaurants. And maybe it's the greatest buffet in Mexico City.
Is that so? I know you have some nice Mexican specialties in that buffet. But that's for this particular restaurant, the Cheminée. And then what is it? You have seafood in one of the other restaurants. What restaurant is that where you have the seafood?
Okay, seafood in is a Recife restaurant.
Yes.
We have an Italian specialties about seafood and fish.
Oh, and that also is Italian. They have pastas and all of that in that restaurant, along with the fish. Oh, that sounds good.
Okay.
Yes.
And in another restaurant, Frutas y Flores restaurant, yes. We have a very good, very nice cafeteria. Yes, some specialties, Mexican specialties, and in other parts of the world.
Yes.
And in another restaurant, El Café, we have a very nice restaurant. It's a similar Parisian restaurant.
Yes, we had a delicious dinner there the other night. It was so good. And then I noticed the next day, they have a beautiful buffet there too for lunch. Is that so?
Oh, yes. Maybe it's the best buffet in this hotel. It's more formal.
Nado, I think you're doing a fantastic job here, running 4 restaurants in this huge hotel. It's a beautiful hotel, isn't it? The Stouffer Presidente. Yes. And it was nice of you to come by and chat with us and tell my viewers all about how you manage to run 4 restaurants and run them so well and so beautifully, and the food is absolutely delicious. One restaurant is better than the other.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay. This was a good day to go on a shopping tour. Outside the shop was a plant from which the Mexicans made tracing paper. From its liquid, this plant produces tequila and a needle and thread from the leaves. In fact, this tablecloth is made of the same material. We tasted some tequila and bought a few Mexican art pieces and jewelry and met a beer-drinking burro. We were invited the next day to the Sheraton Maria Isabel Hotel and Towers in the Zona Rosa district by the Statue of the Angel. The general manager showed us one of their presidential suites. One of the first luxury hotels in Mexico City and one of the largest is the Sheraton Maria Isabel. Dennis Averill is the general manager for the Sheraton hotels here, and he's going to tell us some more about the hotels. Dennis, how many rooms do you have here?
This hotel has 751 rooms. The hotel originally opened in 1958. It was quite a spectacle at the time. It was a new level of luxury for hotels in Mexico City. The hotel was named originally after the wife of the person who built the hotel.
You had so many business people here and so many conventions going on. Is this business generated by the free trade?
Yeah, there's a lot of new interest in Mexico these days with the North American Free Trade Agreement between Canada, United States, and Mexico. That's created a lot of new opportunities for the business community. There are a lot of companies that have existing plants in Canada and United States that are now coming down here looking for new opportunities here in Mexico. And as a result, we have very high demand in terms of businessmen and businesswomen, traffic from essentially Sunday through Thursday, people coming down here, meeting with local authorities and looking at the opportunities that exist. And that has helped a lot in terms of the volume of business that we've been doing during the week. And on the weekends, essentially we have quite a strong movement of tourists that come to visit the city and the galleries and the museums and see some of the culture that Mexico City has to offer.
Well, I suppose you have special packages for the leisure travelers.
Yes, we offer very attractive rates Friday nights, Saturday nights. For people that are coming down just on short trips, very often what will happen is that we will combine them with one of the beach resorts. We have a number of hotels here in Mexico, so they can come in and spend a couple of nights here in the city, see a little bit of the culture. Really, Mexico City has a tremendous amount to offer.
Yes.
And then spend a few days in the sun out on the beach.
You have other hotels where? In Puerto Vallarta and some of the other resort areas. Yeah. Could you tell me those? Ixtapa, I think?
Right. On the Pacific coast, we have a very large hotel in Puerto Vallarta, which was one of the first Sheraton resorts here in Mexico. We have a hotel in Ixtapa, right on the beach. We have a hotel in Acapulco, also right on the beach, and we have a hotel in Huatulco down south, which is a very pleasant area, very secluded, quiet. It's called the Sheraton. The area is called the Bays of Huatulco, and it's made up of all sorts of different bays. Very, very pleasant. And then on the Gulf side, we have a large hotel facility in Cancun. So altogether, we have 6 hotels, including this one here in Mexico City.
Yes. In other words, travelers can come here, and leisure travelers, and business travelers too. But leisure travelers, they could come with their families, and they can spend like 3 nights here in Mexico City. You can go out and see the pyramids, the ruins, the Mayan ruins, and then you can fly over to Puerto Vallarta and stay at another Sheraton hotel or in Ixtapa.
Yeah, there's all sorts of combinations, and really 2 or 3 days you need that amount of time to see everything that there is to see in Mexico City, or to try and to see everything. It really, there's a lot to offer. We're located right across from the famous Zona Rosa, the pink zone, which is one of these shopping areas in Mexico City, and all sorts of little boutique stores and restaurants and nightlife. So really our location is excellent. It helps us a lot.
Yes, you do have a very ideal location. Yes, as you said, the shops, beautiful shops around here.
Lovely shops over there in the Zona Rosa, yeah, absolutely.
And you have some shops right here in the hotel, so if you don't even want to go out of the hotel, you've got everything here at the Sheraton Maria Isabel. Is there anything else?
No, it's just we hope to continue our development of new hotels. We think that Mexico has a tremendous future. And I feel that the free trade agreement will have a side effect of creating a feeling of more security and a closeness between the United States, Canada, and Mexico that will have a spin-off effect. Will be that obviously it will be a more attractive place for tourists to visit from North America, because it's very easily accessible and it's right next door.
Yes, it is. So we'll be bringing more people from the United States down here to Mexico. And Mexico City is a beautiful city, and you've got an absolutely gorgeous hotel for people to stay. And where are you from, Dennis? You sound like you have a bit of an Irish accent.
Not exactly a full brogue, but yes, I'm from Dublin originally, and I was born and raised in Dublin and studied hotel management there, and then after that I left and joined Sheraton about 20 years ago, so I've been moving around a lot since.
Oh, so you've been managing the Sheraton hotels all over the world. Well, Dennis, it's been a pleasure to talk to you and to visit the Sheraton Maria Isabel. Thank you. We stayed on that evening to catch the entertainment and dine in a devoutly elegant manner at their veranda restaurant, where the waiters serve you in tails while the singer-guitarists serenade you.
¿Qué será de aquella piel de miel? ¿Qué será de su mirada? ¿Qué será cuando un otoño cruel me madure y marchite su piel? Pero un día se alucina por el aire, de la mano de la noche se alejó, y su piel que antaño fue.
This, my friends, is travel in style. And if you would like to travel in style, as I do, please give me a call and I'll be happy to show you how.
Hasta que un día la tarde se lo dijo: cuídate, cuídate, cuídate. ¿Qué será de aquella piel de miel?
Our adventure in Mexico continues in our next show on Puerto Vallarta, where we take in a bullfight.
¿Qué será de aquella piel de miel?